Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're looking at something Kelly Jo Bates shared that might seem heartfelt at first, but the more you pay attention, the more it starts to feel like she was saying something very specific about her daughter and her daughter-in-law. In this video, we're breaking down the tone, the wording, and the subtle choices that are making people stop and take a second look, because it doesn't feel like everything was said by accident. Let's get into it and see what might really be going on beneath the surface. The Bates family just had a back-to-back celebration that, in a quiet way, ended up revealing far more than it seemed. Within the span of a single day, Kelly Jo Bates shared two heartfelt posts, one for her daughter Carlin Bates and one for her daughter-in-law Lydia Bates, both turning 28. At first glance, they might come across as simple, warm tributes filled with family photos and kind words. But the deeper you look, the more the tone, structure, and emotional weight of both posts begin to tell a much bigger story about how Kelly Jo sees the women in her family. Each caption, each image, and even each response starts to build a layered narrative about identity, motherhood, and what it really means to belong in the Bates circle. And once those pieces come together, it becomes clear that this was never just about a celebration. Kelly Jo's message to Carlin immediately set the tone with something deeply personal and reflective. She wrote, "Happy 28th birthday, Carlin. When we chose your name, we saw that Carlin meant little champion, or as a form of Caroline, it meant woman. Brienne means strength, virtue. We instantly thought of the Proverbs 31 woman, and we knew that was the perfect name for you." Right from the start, she connects Carlin's identity to meaning and intention, suggesting that who Carlin is today has roots that go all the way back to the moment she was named. It is not framed as coincidence, but as something almost destined. That foundation allows the rest of the message to unfold in a way that feels both personal and symbolic at the same time. As the caption continues, Kelly Jo leans fully into that symbolism by referencing Proverbs 31, a passage often associated with the ideal woman. But she does not leave it as a distant or abstract comparison. Instead, she directly ties those qualities to Carlin's real life, writing, "Needless to say, you really are such a beautiful picture of the woman described in that chapter. From your diligence, your business-mindedness, your care for your family, your love for your husband, your generosity to others, your talent, your wisdom, your kindness. You exhibit every quality described in this chapter and more. The level of detail here matters." This is not a vague compliment. It is a list of specific traits that Kelly Jo sees in her daughter every day, making the praise feel grounded rather than exaggerated. The emotional impact of the post is amplified even further by the video that accompanies it. Instead of following a traditional timeline, the video moves in reverse, beginning with Carlin's present life as a mother of three and gradually stepping back through earlier moments. Viewers first see her surrounded by her children, Layla, Zaid, and Navy, alongside her husband, Evan Stewart. Then the visuals shift to family interactions, moments with Kelly Jo, and eventually snapshots from her childhood. This reverse flow subtly reinforces the idea that the woman Carlin is today is the result of a long, consistent journey. It feels less like a highlight reel and more like a reflection that connects who she is now to who she has always been. What makes the moment even more compelling is Carlin's own reaction in the comments. She responded, "Mom, this made me emotional reading it. Thank you for believing in me, praying over me, and loving me through every stage of life. I'm so thankful to be your daughter, Eiley." Her words add a second layer to the story, shifting it from a one-sided tribute into a shared emotional exchange. There is a clear sense of gratitude and vulnerability in her response, which makes the entire interaction feel more real and less curated. It also reinforces the idea that the bond between them is not just something being presented publicly, but something deeply felt. Evan Stewart also joined the conversation with a short but meaningful comment that added yet another perspective. He wrote, "Caption nailed it perfectly. She's the most amazing wife and mother we could have asked for." Even though his message is brief, it carries weight because it comes from someone who shares daily life with Carlin. His words act as confirmation that the qualities described by Kelly Jo are not limited to how Carlin is seen as a daughter, but extend into her role as a wife and mother. with Kelly Jo, Carlin, and Evan all contributing to the moment. The post becomes a complete portrait told from multiple angles. Just one day earlier, Kelly Jo had shared a similar yet distinctly different tribute for Lydia Bates, her daughter-in-law, who also turned 28. Once again, she began with the meaning behind a name, writing, "Happy 28th birthday, Lydia. I love looking up meanings of names, and one of the meanings given for yours is noble woman. I'm reminded of Lydia in the Bible, and a certain woman named Lydia, a seller of purple, of the city of Thyatira, which worshipped God, heard us, whose heart the Lord opened, that she attended unto the things which were spoken of Paul, Acts 16, verse 14. The structure mirrors Carlin's tribute, but the focus shifts slightly, creating a different kind of narrative. As the message continues, Kelly Jo highlights Lydia's qualities in a way that feels more observational, emphasizing what she has demonstrated within the family. She writes, "She is considered to be the first Christian convert in Europe. She worshipped God and opened her home to ministry. She sold purple fabric, a luxurious commodity, and seemed to be a successful businesswoman." What a powerful name and example. And I think you exemplify so many of these same wonderful qualities. Here, the emphasis is on hospitality, faith, and capability, painting Lydia as someone who actively lives out these traits. The tone still carries warmth and admiration, but it feels slightly more focused on recognition rather than origin. The visuals in Lydia's posts support that perspective by centering on her present life. Photos show her with her husband Trace Bates and their children, Riker and Kaya, capturing everyday family moments that feel calm and grounded. There are also glimpses of her with her children individually and simple scenes that highlight her role at home. Even moments like baking together or spending quiet time as a family contribute to a sense of stability and warmth. Unlike Carlin's reverse timeline, Lydia's visuals stay rooted in the present, reinforcing the idea of who she is now within the family dynamic. When these two posts are viewed side by side, they reveal something subtle but powerful about how Kelly Jo expresses appreciation. Carlin's tribute leans into identity and lifelong character, tracing a line from childhood to adulthood. Lydia's tribute, on the other hand, focuses more on integration and lived experience, highlighting how she shows up within the family today. The differences are not presented as contrasts, but they naturally emerge through tone and emphasis. Together, they create a fuller picture of how both women are valued in their own ways. In the end, what makes these back-to-back birthday posts stand out is not just the words themselves, but the layered storytelling behind them. Through Carlin and Lydia, Kelly Jo is not only celebrating two individuals, but also quietly defining the values that matter most in her family. Strength, faith, dedication, and love are woven into both narratives, even as each woman is recognized in a way that feels personal to her role. It is this balance between similarity and individuality that gives the entire moment its depth. And without ever stating it outright, the message comes through clearly that both women, in their own ways, embody what it means to belong in the Bates family. And that's a wrap on this latest moment that turned out to be a lot more layered than it first appeared. What started as something simple ended up giving us a closer look at how Kelly Jo sees the women in her family, not just through what she says, but in the way she chooses to say it. So what do you think about the way she spoke about Carlin and Lydia? Do you feel like there was something deeper behind those words, or was it simply two heartfelt messages shared back to back? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear how you see it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with us for more breakdowns like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.